Hello and welcome back to another day in the 1 month game dev challenge. In this video we will make a lobby for our game with login and lobby creation and automatically creating a game for 2 players. We can hit ready on both sides and hit play and we get spawned into the game world. So let's dive right into it. I'll just create a new scene, which should be our lobby scene. So right click create and then the scene where it is. I'm blind today, kinda. So this is the lobby scene. Okay, before we jump right into this scene, I want to copy my world scene where it is. There it is. And the network manager. Then I'll hop into the lobby scene and paste this right in here. And I also want to have the skybox changed to a cooler one. I think this one is nice. Yeah, this is it. And then maybe we want to also have the camera a bit rotated so it's looking nice. Yeah, there we go. And then we create a little script calling it world camera. Oh, let's call it animate. No. Oh, naming is my problem. Like for years. I think this could be the lobby camera. Just the lobby camera. I think this is okay. This is the lobby camera. And we can remove the audio listener and also, yeah. Have it. So now I'll just create a little script calling it private camera cam. And then in the awake function, I just say cam is camera cam. And then I'll just use another function, calling it the do tween stuff. So this is do local or do rotate. This is the transform of it. So honestly, this is not even necessary because we just want to have the transform of it. So we do want to rotate this, do local rotate. And the thing is, how do we want to rotate this? I think the best idea is to just say, okay, we want to have a new vector 3, having it from 1 or like minus 90, and we start at 90. So we say in our inspector that we want to have the camera at 90. Oh, I'm sorry. This should be, 40 is good. And then having it here at 90. And then we want to have it to rotate it to minus 90. With an ease type, I don't know. I think we can have an ease type. It can be in sine, and then also we want to have a loop. We want to have an infinity loop with a yo-yo effect. Oops, not true. Yeah, and that's it already. And I think we need to have a duration here. Let's make this one a bit more variable, float, and then we say rotation speed. Let's say 60. 30. So it is in 30 seconds. Move from one side to another. But I also maybe want to create the rotation vector. So this is the rotation vector. And we want to have this at new vector. And this should obviously be a vector 3. Nice. And then this is it for our lobby. And we can have a quick look into it, how this is looking. I think we also can remove this audio listener. And then let's say, yeah, I want to edit now. So let's see if this is working. So obviously it's looking kind of good. You see the ease type of in, and this is kind of cool. And you see now it gets a bit slower, We might want to, change the duration or change the ease type, because I think I love it if it's so, so slow. Yes, I really, really kind of dig it, but I think we want to have the ease type as also some variable stuff. So we call this just the ease, and this is the rotation ease type to make it really, really, really modular. And then also the we should add this, and I think this is it. I did not change the set loop and didn't make it dynamically changeable through the inspector, just because I think it's the purpose of it that it is looping for like ever. That's why I didn't do that. I think for now I take the linear one. Maybe I have a look at the sine types and change the rotation speed to 60. So it needs 60 seconds to rotate from right to left. Cool. Now this is just some visuals to make it look a bit more gorgeous. But now the interesting part comes in, and this is the mechanic to make this work. So let's just create a new image right in front of it. Let's also go to the 2D mode, to the canvas, and where it is, there is the panel. I think it's okay to make it a bit darker here and have it like half of the transparency. And I think it's okay to make it this size. Nice. Then I'll just add another component, and this is the title. I just say, okay, this is the lobby. Nice. Just some settings to make this a bit more beautiful, and we can just set this to stick to the top, but with a bit of a margin. Let's say 16, or it's minus 16. Yeah, I think this is great. Cool. And from now on, I think we can also create another one, another variable. And with this as a player container, we can start creating some slots for the players. I want to have a vertical layout group for that with some paddings like 16 left, 60 right. You know the drill. And we start from upper left this time. And now when I add, for example, an image to it, there's an image, and now I can add a bunch of things, and then you see it gets automatically adjusted. And when I just use the control child size with the width, it automatically gets pretty fancy. So let's do that one time. Oops. In the upper center, I'm sorry. And then I'll just say, okay, this is the lobby player slot. And then for that, I also want to create a prefab out of it. So let's go to the prefabs, create a new folder calling this one lobby. And then also we want to create a new folder inside of that, calling it UI. And no, let's make it the other way around, that we have the lobby folder inside of our already available UI slot. Yeah, nice. So I'll just have a spelling error corrected here. And then this player slot can be adjusted also again with the half of the transparency. And I think this is already looking pretty good. And yeah. Also, I want to scale with the screen size to have it scaled correctly. But we want to delete this for now because I want to have a lobby manager right in here. And this also goes to a new script, the lobby manager. I want to create 3 buttons here, or 2 buttons, I think, which is one start as host and the other one is start as client. And I think when we just do that, it will be fine. So let's create another empty game object, calling it button container, which is at the bottom of this game, and then create 2 buttons. So the first button, where it is, there it is, should be host, and the other one should just be client. And then I want to have some special thing called horizontal layout group, and we want to start at the middle center, but as always with some paddings, right? So left and right, and I think this should be enough. Let's see, how big can we do that? Oh, let's make it with round numbers. We just want to have for 50 and 100, and the same for the client. This is 50 and 100. This one should say, okay, start as client. And the other one should be start as host. Okay, cool. Then we go right into the lobby manager, and there we have, we should have 2 functions, which is obviously the first one, void, which should say start as host, and the other one should say start as client. Then we want to make sure to have the network behavior instead of the mono behavior right here. And then super duper easy, we want to get our network manager we have and start the function start host or start server. This is easily by going to network manager.singleton. And then we have the start host here, and on the other side we have the start as client right in there. So these are the functions we need, and then we want to also make sure that we want to create a player slot if the player prefab was spawned. But that's just one step before another step. So let's see if we can get this to work. So we just need the on-click event here. Therefore, we add the lobby manager in here, lobby manager, and then start as host. And with the client, the same procedure. We just go to the list here, add the lobby manager, and then just select the function start as client. So pretty cool. And then we just want to see if this is working. So you see this map in the background, and I love it really, really. And then I just click on start as host, and we get our first okay, I get it. We had the network manager have the player prefab as a prefab. We do not want that, to be honest. This comes a bit later. So this is not what we want. Whoops, I did a spelling error right here. This should be start client. I think this was just a copy and paste error. Yeah. And then I think that we can say, okay, after this one, we just want to, notify all. This is just a test. This is just a test function, but we want this just to happen if the call before that, so the start host or start client is this should be working. So I'll just copy and paste it again, and I also want to have this as a start client, and then we just want to add a new listener to the on client connected callback. So network manager.singleton, and then we have the on client connected callback, and this is pretty cool because we just can add a new listener to it, and we say, okay, we want to the notify all function for that, and we do not have the function right now, but that's okay because we can just have the IDE created, and then we see, okay, a ulong argument is getting parsed. I just call this the client ID, and then I can do a quick security check, a super little security check, which is like checking if the actual ID is my ID. So we check just the local client ID, if this is the same one as my client ID. And if this is the case, then we want to call the server RPC. And I think this is the way to go. Local client. Oh, I missed the ID at the end. This is where we want to go. And if this is the case, we just can send out the some call to our RPC, something like notify all RPC, and then we also can notify all RPC. Server RPC, I think, is the right one. We want to say, okay, we want to pass the client ID in here, and with this function we can tell like everyone, hey, we are here, we have a new player, so let's do some weird things. I then unfortunately struggled with implementing some stuff regarding the multiplayer stuff and followed the tutorial from TerroDev, which is a YouTuber with its focus on Unity tutorials. And I followed this netcode for Unity or game objects tutorial and added the multiplayer there. So check them out. I'll leave the link in the description to see what I did there. And also you can get the code for free on the GitHub to see or investigate the code. And that's it. Thank you really for watching this video. Please leave a like if you liked the video, and if you don't want to miss any updates on this 1 month game dev challenge or on my main game Azaryia, which is the main project I'm doing devlogs about on this YouTube channel, then please hit the subscribe button, and we see us tomorrow. Bye bye.